What is it like to transition to heaven?
What if I told you that there's more to it? That there are benefits and resources from heaven that are available to help you in this life, and you've never heard about them? Are you curious? Well, join Gordon Merrill as he digs deeper into making heaven real in this life.
Welcome back to Making Heaven Real, as we present messages from Jeannette. Listen to this quote. The moment I left my body, it all slipped away in a single, quiet moment. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't like you hear being in a tunnel. It was just relief. A deep, peaceful letting go. This quote is part of a larger description from Jeannette directly on what it was like for her to transition to heaven. Nothing like what you see in Hollywood, and nothing like what was depicted in books and other descriptions. Just true, raw description of the transition. We'll have more to that to follow in a little bit here, but first of all, this is part of our new focus at Making Heaven Real. On the weekly episodes, we're going to focus a lot on messages from Jeannette in nearly every episode going forward. This, along with the introduction of video on at least the platforms that support video, and a complete update of our technology in order to be able to support the video as well, and a more reliable technology, has led to this current episode. The moment she realized she was gone, what happened next? So let's listen a little bit more of her words as she reflected on this. She says, close your eyes. Just feel it. The moment I left my body, it wasn't frightening. It wasn't chaotic. It wasn't even dark. It felt like exhaling after holding your breath for too long. There was a soft loosening, like a knot, finally releasing my pain, the effort, the weight. It all slipped away in a single quiet moment. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't like you hear about a long tunnel. It was just relief. A deep, peaceful letting go. And then came the light. Not blinding, not overwhelming, but warm and sensational. A warm sensation like stepping into a room where everybody already loves you. I was recognized without needing to explain who I was. There was no judgment, no review, no fear, only a sense of being held the way you are held when somebody finally comes home. But yet, I already felt home with Gordon. And I felt a need to connect to him, but I was aware I was supposed to be right where I am. It wasn't exactly painful, but the connection felt awkward. She says, your love was the thread that I needed on this earth, and it's the thread that I continue to hold on to and carry into heaven. This thread stays tied to me even as I step into something different and larger. That's a lot to take in. It has long been assumed that even dramatized in films of what it's like when someone passes and what it's like to be left behind. What she's describing here is not left behind, but graduated. Part of what she said is, your love is the thread that I needed on this earth, and it's the thread that I continue to carry into heaven. This thread stays tied to me even as I step into something different and larger. So when we've talked previously about are you alone, or have you been left behind, or are you all by yourself? I think she just proved that that's not the case. We're not left behind. Instead, that connection grows, it matures, and it is strengthened. The human suit may be lonely, with no one left to hold on to and grasp and hug. But the spirit is more connected now than before. So let's hear a little bit more from Jeannette. She says, I want you to know I didn't feel alone or lost. I felt, again, awkward. I didn't want to free myself from you, but I know I was supposed to step back. Wasn't exactly told to, but my soul knew it. So, Gordon, that part of me that loved you before, it will never disappear. It's expanded, it's strengthened, and has become so large that I can never, ever completely identify to you in words that meaning. If you're wondering what it felt like in one sentence, it is this. Once I reconciled, it felt like being carried into peace. And that peace has never left me. Not for one moment, and not even now. Just as our love and that thread will never leave me. Hearing it straight from heaven should cause us to really reevaluate what we have been taught about the passing of a soul. They're not disconnected from us. Their attention is not diverted to other things, so they can no longer be connected. Though heaven may keep them from feeling the pain from separation, she admitted it felt awkward to step back and to allow me to come to her spiritually. Did you catch that phrase? To come to her spiritually. I think that encompasses a lot of things that we've talked about over the last several episodes about how we play such a part in listening and learning that new language and allowing spirit to come through to us to enhance that communication. No, we're not alone. No, we're not by ourselves. Just as she described, that thread still exists between us. That link still exists between us. And the more I listen, the more I hear, and the more she's there for me. So as she just said, it's awkward, and it was awkward for her to have to step back and allow me to come to her. I think that's exciting when you stop and think about it. They're still there. They're behind us. They're watching, just waiting for us to come to them. If we make that free will decision and we go that way, they're there. Her message reframes passing, not as a left behind, but as a graduating, expanding into something larger, stronger, more connected. You know, we just got done saying that the human suit may be lonely, but the spirit connection is stronger than it ever was. So even though she has graduated and left me here, the connection has expanded into something larger, stronger, and more connected. A connection that will never go away, a connection that she hangs on to every day, and a connection that gets stronger between us each and every day. She wants listeners to know that you are never lost or alone. She also wants listeners to know that she never felt lost or alone after she graduated. Just as the love between us has never left her. It's just gotten stronger and better. So stop and think about it. If you're thinking about your loved one who has gone to the other side, who has graduated themselves, who is there in that peace, maybe, as Jeannette said, they had to step back, but they don't want to be without communication with you. So here's a simple 4-line mantra that you can hang on to and use this to try and reconnect stronger whenever you feel the need. Your love is still a thread I can feel. Your presence meets me in the quiet moments. Nothing in heaven has taken you from me. Our connection expands every time I breathe. Your loved ones are not disconnected. The bond does not dissolve. The thread remains alive and active, making heaven real in your life, even now.
We hope you learned something new about God's love and His resources during our time together. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss out. You can find our social media links and our contact info in the show notes. When you're commenting, please reference the episode number. Join us next time as we again search out the ways of making heaven real in this life with Gordon Merrill.